Ladies and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, hello and thank you for tuning into this episode of Your Neighborhood's Best. I am one of your hosts, Vince. Along with me is David, James, and John. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're finally up online now, right? We're YouTubing it now, with swimming with the big boys.
Yep.
Even though it's like kind of like not that professional or anything, I still like got this cool like little buzz from it being up. Got this like good little feeling, you know.
There we go.
Yeah. So talk.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Yeah.
All
The,
right.
the only thing I like to say is if you want to check out our first episode on YouTube, just search Your Neighborhood's Best and it will come right up.
I'm gonna get a drum pad, by the way, and that'll make more sense.
Okay. So have you guys heard of the Kandahar giant? We've talked about this before, haven't we?
My goodness.
We're gonna jump in,
Yeah.
talk about some giants.
I mean, I've heard of
Okay.
it. I mean, do they even exist? The question
Giants.
mark.
Well, I think they have. And David, I think you said last time that we would have found bones by now.
I feel like it. I just kind of don't believe it. I think there's a good chance of Bigfoot over like a true.
I think we have been finding bones, and what they do is, because the museums and everything, and even archaeology, they've been caught hiding bones before, and caught hiding different evidence to fit their narrative and stuff. I don't have anything to pull up on this right now because I didn't prepare for this, but I've heard it more than once that that they changed things and that they've destroyed evidence before. And yeah, and these are like giants in recent times, but they always have something wrong with them,
Robert
Like, they'll die
Wadlow.
because they'll cut their toe and die, and it's like, what the hell? You died of a cut toe?
I guess what's defined as a giant too? Like how tall are we talking about? Like
I guess
this guy's over 7 feet.
7 foot. Say 7 feet is like probably the littlest giant starting. 7 feet's pretty damn big.
It's big, so if you want to say that, then yes, giants are real.
Okay, so 8 feet.
I'm talking like
Say
when you start
15 feet.
talking about, like dinosaur
Wait, is that
type thing.
Well,
the one that's on
why
Hollywood, right?
wouldn't? Yeah, that's the one.
This is the guy at
Ripley's.
Ripley's.
Yeah,
Robert Wadlow. It's huge.
Robert Wadlow.
It sounds like a porn name. Bobby
Does.
Wadlow.
Has a big old swinging dick.
Bobby Wadlow.
Hey, what does that thing keep touching me?
You're like a big old dumb kid. Like, ooh. Ding ding ding. We got.
I mean, could Kandahar, the Giant of Kandahar? I mean, there's a part of me that thinks that it's a myth fabricated by a close knit of like a squadron of people that were in a very unique part in Afghanistan. I know Afghanistan's full of hills or really like cave like tucked away mountainous regions even.
James, let me cut you off for a minute there, James.
So you could see people living in caves, and who knows who's living really deep in that cave. Maybe you saw something
James.
that was bizarre, and that's where I wonder.
So how tall is that giant of Kandahar supposed to be?
It's supposed to be about 14 feet, 15 feet. But you were saying why would they be big like dinosaurs? Back then the oxygen level were different, so the plant life was bigger, and so was the animal life. So why wouldn't humans be big?
I've read that before.
James, you're muted, but you gotta unmute yourself, James. You got a 10-second timer on you because you were over talking and you were getting off subject.
That's it.
But I mean, the oxygen levels were
train
bigger,
passing.
were greater.
Someone
and
got sent
grew bigger. Why wouldn't mammals did grow bigger?
Well, that's a theory about giants in general, or are we talking about the Giant of Kandahar? That's a specific story, right?
Well, I know, yes, it is,
Yeah.
but we're branching off of that into giants, and then we'll go to
No. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Like
I believe the possibility of Robert Wadlow. Or Wadlow. He's a real guy, and there was probably bigger and more sensational people, more powerful even.
sensational.
But the one in Kandahar, Could
We
it
all
have been a
believe in
band,
that story.
band of brothers? I'm just getting. I'm almost going in a different direction with it, and I ask everyone, like, couldn't a band of brothers make up a story because it's kind of
Well, of
fun,
course.
right?
And yeah, now it's like the folklore of the town, but the townspeople were talking about it too before those people came. So I guess they could have adopted the story, but you know, why are they told to aim high? Is that that's just like part of their thing?
Here we go. Oh, Kandahar.
Our
Okay, so we
track.
spelled so okay.
That's not
Here we
right at
are.
all.
Interesting. Okay, go on.
Yeah, because they're trying to relate it to the Bible now.
Cryptid. Oh, a
and
crypt.
Just
That's a good word.
yeah, just because that gives you like freedom to say, well, it could be anything, because you can relate it to the Bible, and that's what people are trying to do. They're trying to say like, hey, well, like the Nephilim were around at this time,
Right.
and they're supposed to come back.
And that's
And
Genesis.
who are the
That's
Nephilim,
the
James?
book of Genesis. That's book of Genesis. That's like chapter 6 or so, right around Noah's story, where the sons of God or the children of God met the daughters of men.
Mhm.
And the way it's translated in the King James, which is the most romantic English
You just like
version.
saying that. You just like saying King James.
Well, King James was
This is the King James
common
podcast.
What about King David? David and Goliath.
Well, David's good, but David is like in the Bible. King James was 1600, and this guy used, he didn't, but the translation used colloquialisms. So some of it doesn't even make sense really in today's terms, but it made sense then. But they say the sons of God met or knew the daughters of men. And when you translate son and you translate daughters, it doesn't quite have the same words that would be used for like a man or a woman. It's more like the sons is more like the Nephilim. That's where that word Nephilim, like it's like these special ones. Who are or they created the Nephilim or whatever. They begat this special species or whatever. And so that's kind of where this whole language starts to become very important in it, because it all gets back into the Hebrew at that point. But yeah, that's the Nephilim is what became of the sons of God and the daughter. But you can make the argument, Vince, that the sons of God isn't angels, because that's the thought that angels fucked people. Sorry to use crude language, but that's let's just get all down and dirty with it. But you could also make the argument that it's sons of Seth, and Seth is a human being. He's the other child of Adam and Eve that didn't kill anyone. The third child that isn't talked about so much.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's mentioned in the Bible. It's all Genesis.
I don't know too much about this subject. So like Seth,
yeah,
like SETH.
Well, so they're like cool.
Yeah.
So he was like an archangel that made himself.
No, it's a person.
No, he's a king.
Son of Adam and Eve. Son of
Yeah.
Adam and Eve.
Third one, right?
Okay,
Cain and Abel,
Yeah,
right?
it's
You remember
Cain.
Cain and Abel?
Yeah, Cain. Okay,
Just
yeah,
the Cain.
brother.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh. Someone play some Danzig, but
Listen to what Danzig says, bro. You
Cain
might
goes
learn
to the
something.
land. Cain goes to the land of Nod, which basically means wandering. He goes forever wandering, never to be seen again. Everyone knows him by his mark, right? The marking. You all know what Cain looks like, and that's where people talk about what does that mean. No one knows. But
we're not talking about the wrestler.
But then Seth is born.
Everything comes from somewhere.
Is clean slate. Seth's good. Not much is mentioned of Seth other than Seth's good. And so when they say in chapter 6, now we're going a couple of chapters later in Genesis, that the sons of God knew or laid with the daughters of man, that sons of God is really Seth. That Seth was the holy appointed priestly people, and the daughters of men were Cain and these other unknown children, because Adam and Eve presumably had many children. Because think about it, the curse of Adam. I'm gonna get all Sunday school and everyone, but the curse of Adam is the sweat of his brow. The curse of Eve is pain during childbirth. So how do you know it's a curse unless you had a child before? So Eve presumably had many children before she ever was cursed. Anyways.
So then that means wouldn't that mean?
Lilith.
Yep.
Yeah, but
that
wouldn't that
goes.
mean,
Yeah,
like,
you
she
got a
was-
point there, Vince. Yeah.
Wouldn't that
Yeah,
mean
Say,
she's
John.
still
Say,
like
John.
holy? Wouldn't that mean she's
Hey.
like still holy before like all those children?
Yeah, they are.
You know what I mean?
Well, who are all these people that are dying in the outside of the ark? Whose children are they? Like, how many people are? There's not that many names mentioned. There's a whole
Yeah.
genealogy.
No, it's got to be a lot of people.
There's a genealogy. There's a quick branch listed, but then you wonder, like, where did they come from? And so, yeah, there has to have been all of this inbreeding. Back in my Christian days, someone made an argument saying, well, how do you explain all of this? Because it sounds like inbreeding. And it does. It really does. Because Adam and Eve, one race. But then if you think about it from an evolutionary point of view, it also is inbreeding has to happen from the beginning. Because there's not going to be an evolutionary branch here, there, here, and there. And they all are doing the same exact thing. Instead, it happens in one group. It happens in one group.
We do that again?
And that one group.
How are they doing it?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
In a circle.
And so it happens in one place. It happens in one place, and then the traveling out, and that's what Pangea, even that whole thought is that it happened in Africa, and then everyone starts to expand, and that's where you get the Aborigines.
James, just let me say this one thing. Before this call, we had all mutually agreed that we were not going to talk about inbreeding.
You keep bringing it up.
He's like, I'm going straight to inbreeding. Suddenly the topics are all inbreeding on top. Let me see your notes, James.
You know what? I actually wrote it.
It's like MacGruber pictures.
Oh, I don't know. Wait, hold on. Deep dive into Bigfoot. No, wait, never mind. I was gonna say Bigfoot. Is he real? Quick consensus. Hands up. Real or not real?
Well, I think it again. It depends on how big.
That's not Bigfoot.
No, but
that's not Bigfoot.
That's how big you're talking. Like Bigfoot.
How big we talking?
Well, a 10-foot monkey. Yeah, I believe. Like there could be one out there, and there have been.
Can a Kandahar giant be a Bigfoot? You know what I mean? What about if there's these hairy ass men, man? He could have been just walking out there and be like, Jesus Christ, what is that?
14-foot hairy
Seth?
dude.
Is that Seth over there?
With red hair.
Bigfoot.
And
14 feet is hard for me to believe. It just is.
That's huge.
Tall.
That's huge.
Bigfoot is in the heart.
What about Yeti? You know, Yeti.
That's ice Bigfoot.
Yeah. He's out in Seattle. You know, he's making his own what is that? Chaz. It's a Chaz Yeti.
Eddie
in Seattle.
So
yeah, because have you ever you've been to Seattle, right? They have whole Bigfoot thing out there going. You know what I mean? Like you branch out a little bit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my theory.
Go ahead.
You ready for this? This? I think that Bigfoot is real, but I don't think it is what I don't think it
or is.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is what we think it is. I don't think.
I don't think is real.
No, I don't think Bigfoot is real.
but the Afghanistan Bigfoot. That's okay. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if I should. I feel like what I'm about to say is too sensitive at this point. Now that we've gotten. Oh my gosh, I do remember.
Oh man,
Harry and the Henderson.
Hey, do you remember when that shit was in Universal Studios? Wasn't there like a Harry and the Henderson show at Universal Studios long ass time ago? Did you ever watch that? Did you guys ever go?
No, I used to watch the show though, and then I remember
the show.
They made the movie with John.
I'm not sure which one came first though. I think maybe
the movie came first.
Oh
and
yeah,
the show was out.
That's
right. John Lithgow.
Harry and the Hendersons. Harry and the Hendersons came on the shows first. I'm pretty sure. I mean,
no.
We have a magic machine. Go ahead, look it up. You're already doing it.
Let me see. Yeah,
the movie was first.
Okay.
Yeah, use your guys' internet because mine's all sorry.
I'm gonna go on a trip.
87. Fantasy comedy. Wow, what a great
the Grand Canyon.
On there. Oh, really?
Friday.
Is that going to be a fantasy comedy for yourself?
We'll see. We're going to stop in Vegas, spend the night in Vegas, and then from there we're going to drive up to Utah and stay at this kind of compound place that we got. because it's like a big old, like all like my in-laws are going and everything. And then either we're gonna go. I want to do both. I want to see Zion National Park for a bit because we're an hour from Zion and an hour from Grand Canyon, so we're gonna do both. Hopefully.
Hey, are you gonna pass the Hanson Dam?
I might go fishing.
Dams around there.
The Hanson Dam is like
Oh.
I go fishing there all the time.
Sorry, the Hoover Dam. The Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't know. I don't know if we'll have time, but yeah. So
no, but I think you passed by Hoover Dam. I think
I'll
that on
keep
one of
my
those
eyes out for
freeways.
Bigfoot though, for sure.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot more sky out there, so you know, my eyes will be looking for anomalies.
All right.
Yes.
James. I'll leave this to you. Talk about that free info with Schultz. Let's jump on that.
Oh no, no, hold on now. That's a little wild, David. You sure the general public's ready to hear this kind of information?
I don't know if I'm ready to hear it, but I have to stick to the agenda in the timing. So
okay. You ready for this? You ready for this?
Notes. Oh my.
First we need to show a little bit of prep stuff here.
The heck?
A little bit of fancy dancing here. It's important to know the Schultz guy is basically the freedom of the internet. That's what he symbolizes. Everything that, remember SOPA? Does anybody remember SOPA? That act that happened under the Obama administration? No? What did that stand for? SOPA. SOPA. It stood for Stop Online Piracy Act, and it was repealed. You all remember that?
SOPA.
Oh, that's
SOPA. Obama.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Schultz was a MIT student who started Reddit. He's a co-founder of Reddit, and he eventually quit Reddit when they sold and made some money. But he was very much about free information, and so he hacked into federal and even public school institutions for information to create databases, so scientific articles could be read freely, everything like that. And so yeah, he dug a little deep, and he did some things that they said were illegal, and they wanted to kind of slap people's hands for hacking, and they used his shit because they thought, well, we need to stop all these other people from doing things where they're stealing credit card numbers. This dude's just stealing science data articles and making it public, and they federally indicted him, and he went to jail for some time. He's not alive anymore. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but there's a theory that it was it was a little bit of a job. They took him out. So I don't know.
We're not talking about Andrew Schultz, the comedian, right?
No.
Well, it's no secret that the CIA will kill people, even their own, in their own, idea of like, we're doing what's for the greater good, almost, for the Republic, So
Andrew Schultz.
They'll kill a sitting president. It's coming out.
No, it's not Andrew Schultz. It's not Andrew Schultz.
You said it's not a secret, though?
Tell me a secret.
Someone's knocking on my door right now. Someone's knocking on my door.
The government does bad things.
Now my
chickens explode. My chickens explode.
I am not participating in this right now. Whatever they're saying. No.
Aaron
That's
Schultz.
What you guys think?
That's what it is. Aaron Schultz.
Not Davy Schultz.
Aaron Schultz. Let me. Not Davy.
Aaron Schultz is a comedian.
Billy
Look
Johnson.
him up. No. Not, and that's Alexander Schultz or something like that. You're thinking of, John? I just looked him up. I mistook them, but this is Aaron Schultz. This guy right here. But yeah, 26. So why I'm bringing this up, guys, is because why I'm bringing this up. That's how you spell Aaron. But
they made a movie about him.
This guy is one of those people that people will, in time, will be dead and gone, or maybe we'll be old. They'll say these kind of people were the important ones. What they did then. It's just the same guy that made Bitcoin, the same dude who created the internet. The guy who created the internet made it for free. Did you know that? Like he could have sold it, but he gave it for free.
Internet was made by the army.
Yeah.
He gave it for free. No, look. I'll show you this.
Internet
guy.
was made by the army.
They even have a picture of him. No, I know that there's like a who developed it, like, and all that stuff, but the guy who there is a singular individual. And it's really fascinating to look at this guy because he basically had a choice of if he wanted to, Tim Berners-Lee,
man.
that guy. He made the internet. Look him up. I mean, you can look him up right now. He basically had a choice. He had a choice, and they were like, "We're going to sell it," and he's like, "I'm just going to give it away because I think it's a good thing." And I know that's crazy to people because to most people that's like, "Dude, you should make money. Come on, make money." But he was like, "It's a benefit." And this is who's the guy who made the polio vaccine? He gave it away for free. He gave salve or something like that. He gave it away.
I thought it was Bill Gates out in Africa. Bill Gates out there, like
there's people out there.
polio in people's mouth.
Well, there's people like Bill Gates that we should be aware of that are doing maybe not the best thing, and there's people that were and are doing the best thing, but we're not hearing about them because it's free, because it's cheap. That's
there's a crap load of scientists, so it's like, who do you choose from all of them that are actually working on it? You know what I mean? Like
what do you
right
think
now,
about Robert Kennedy? What he's saying?
There you go.
What do you think? Yeah,
like well, that's the thing. Questions need to be asked. If you're asking these questions, safety. We're putting this shit in our body. Mm-hmm. How good is it? How long does it last? When does it, and stuff like that. There was, I just saw this video about with Candace Owens, where she was going by like shedding, like vaccine shedding and stuff like that. So I guess
shedding, like shedding skin.
Yeah. So like it comes out of the mouth, like someone gets a vaccine. That happened with a vaccine, and that same vaccine that's working in you, you're also like expelling it from your mouth and stuff like that. So people are even catching it and stuff like that. I think it was rotavirus, the one she mentioned.
How's it go? Do it again.
Rotavirus.
Roto drums.
Rotomotor.
This is brought to you by.
Yeah, now commercial breaks.
Now word from our sponsors.
Get the Moderna shot. You're up for your fifth booster.
Do the right thing. Do
the right thing.
Make cause, it's all.
It doesn't just help you, it helps everyone.
Don't be a jerk.
Don't be a jerk. There was a rap song that they made. I think it was Run DMC or someone, something like that. Dude. Yeah, like
it was ridiculous.
Do you remember the song?
No, I didn't.
You got
the
song?
No, I got the.
When they gave you the song, they didn't give you a copy of the CD, and they're like, "Here, listen to it later."
They should have. That would have probably made it a little bit better. The aftermath when you think about like, fuck, well, they scared me. They thought I was gonna kill my family if I came home.
Yeah, like you're gonna give it to your grandparents. You're gonna give it to. It's like, well, yeah, it's a freaking COVID
now
virus.
Kids can get it, and it's even worse. It's like, oh shit, this new Corona is even better than the last one. It's like, oh shit, now I gotta worry about this one. Corona 13.7 is the greatest there is. And like, I didn't get the cool one, but I did get coronavirus. We all got it, and I don't know, I was vaccinated, and like I still got it.
Yeah.
And like, it didn't do anything it said it would.
I feel like I got the first version before there was even a vaccine available in March 2020, and I was pretty sick.
Some say, some say that too. Like I got pretty sick before it too. Like it was around like December-ish, and I was like, dude, but it only took me down for like 3 days, but it was like tough. I was like, shit. And then I got COVID, and then I was like, I couldn't taste nothing. I was like, I can't taste anything and stuff like that. Then the third time, I think, was just like a runny nose and stuff like that. But that thing is, there's like a crap load of like fucking viruses out there. You know what I mean?
I did get brain fog pretty weird. I got that for like a good like.
That's all those trucker pills you take, Vince.
I always thought it was better though. Like I thought like oh I'm healthy now. I can get up and I can do things. And as soon as I would get up and do something, I'd be like, whoa, dude, like what the fuck am I doing right now? I was stoned, but it wasn't fun.
No.
Yeah, coronavirus was not fun. COVID. The
David,
China virus.
you got well, you know, John,
2 years.
I just read an article that's saying it wasn't in Wuhan.
There
Couldn't
wasn't.
it have been a leak
It
somewhere
wasn't?
else?
It
wasn't, then it
was.
would've been
Someone
a-
said.
Well,
Then
yeah,
it would have been a leak in like North
it was
Carolina.
James's
That's what I'm
backyard.
saying. That's what I'm saying. What if? I mean, the
Oh,
narrative
man.
is gonna go back and forth for the next 5 years, as there's a constant push about Taiwan. They'll be like, no, the U.S. did it. No, China did it. No, and it makes sense for both countries to do it.
I thought
But
they,
you know the
they tracked back somewhat type of patient zero to somebody that worked in that laboratory in Wuhan.
In
I
Wuhan.
read
Yeah.
this was a couple weeks ago,
Oh,
but I
that's
didn't,
what we were talking about.
I
Okay,
didn't,
yeah,
I
that's
didn't do
right.
a deep dive into it, but it's something that I had read. I don't.
Well,
The longer they push it back and forth, the more people will forget. You know?
I think they
You
use
read that,
clever
you read that in
wording.
the Inquirer.
No,
One
I
day
don't know
there'll
where
be
I
a
read it. I
I'm
don't know. I'll
sorry
be honest. I'll
future
admit I
of
don't know where I
America.
read it, but I will admit this. They probably use clever wording where they didn't say where it leaked, but where it originated. And they're like, oh, it didn't originate in Wuhan. And it's like, well, that might be true. It didn't originate because remember that person you sent, that doctor who spoke somewhere in Europe, he said they pinpointed COVID in 1960 something. That it was
the first one.
hard to pinpoint. So that means
there's a bunch of different ones. That's why there's
But this is where it has that two in
You
it.
ever see
It has that
the Lysol
dash
bottle
part two.
when it says what it protects against. This is before COVID-19 was out. It says protects against COVID. It says it on it.
Really?
So because there
existed
plenty of other strains of
right.
it. That COVID-19 was the one that was more devastating.
Right.
Yeah,
And so that means that's what I mean. The origin, the article might have been cleverly using that. That's what I'm getting at. The article
pretty much all what it was another strain of the flu, and it was there's plenty of other strains that have different names, but that one mutated in that way, or if they did it in a laboratory or not. Where
It had a 95% living rate. 95% people who got it lived.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little biased on that just a little bit, just because I know a few people that passed away from it.
I did too, but
actually
a lot. But out of everybody, so out of 100 people, know, what 5 people passed?
Well, the other thing too, I guess arguing against myself in this way, I also had a friend that passed away the year before COVID-19 from the regular flu.
Yeah, no, I remember.
My same age and stuff.
Wow, that's wow
about it, but yeah. So yeah,
that's really close.
Sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that on both. Both your points.
Yeah, that's very pretty messed up that shit happened. But it's kind of interesting because you only hear like flu like when they're like really old. You know what I mean? And stuff. Oh, another flu death. You don't really hear it like now. But everything is like now we're in a different time now. That the world's changed. Even after this whole freaking, even after the shot, like if COVID like was, done where it was done for a purpose. It wasn't just, oh, here it is, and then suddenly it leaked out. You know what I mean? So just imagine, it possibly leaked out, or like just to say because it was not naturally, it wasn't like human to eat.
To prevent an accident, we're gonna create the accident. What do they call it?
This sounds a lot like
The Truth.
Christopher Walkins and Robert Wagner talking about how they murdered Natalie Wood is what you're basically saying. You're basically making the conspiracy that somewhere in the U.S. government is Robert Wagner, and maybe that's the Chinese government or an international body of scientists that are also Christopher Walkins, and they are pushing that Natalie Woods over the boat and into the water with her fur coat on and saying that it was an accident, right? That's basically what you are saying. But the court said that Christopher Walkins and Robert Wagner, they're innocent, right, David? That's what the court said. Natalie Wood It was an accident.
To be honest, I don't have too much of an opinion.
But I mean, like the case is not even closed. This is not a closed case.
Like really, I don't know. But there's a big conspiracy about like that he killed her and that he did do it, and there was a lot of stuff suspect in it.
And well, why was Christopher Walken
They were
there?
doing,
they had a tryst.
As far as I know,
they were Broadway guys.
He wasn't implemented on anything. Like
you don't want to believe it,
even remotely, and I don't want to believe it. And you know what?
I don't want to believe it.
And just like that, flash talk with David.
He's like, I don't think it happened.
We know you're deep in the Flash world. You know, those secret underground flashing worlds.
No, I'll make this quick. There's just it's been such a whirlwind since this movie came out, man. No, so I've been excited to see it. Just super nerd on the whole thing. I loved it. Huge cameos. Everybody in it that I wanted to. I did like the special effects, but there's some controversy about some of the special effects. The movie didn't do that well, I guess, at the box office for opening weekend.
Really?
Yeah, well, it was it cost $200 million to make, 210 or 200 million. It barely hit the 200 mark, which is a big thing worldwide. That it just barely got there. They were hoping it was just going to blow it out of the water, and it's supposed to open up the whole DC and all these movies and like to move forward. I still don't think it's doing that bad. I saw it twice because I went back, you know, with my wife because she wanted to see it because she was out traveling and came back. So we went again.
Super fan.
And I loved it even more. Without any spoilers, the end credit is pretty awesome. Even before credit, there's like a big.
Okay, hold on. Performance. Sorry, I have to cut you off quick.
Go ahead.
Ezra Miller's performance overall.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No. So sorry. So here are my theories about why it didn't perform that well. As far as
why? No, his
wait.
No, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that. James,
$210 million.
James,
I like Urza as a actor. Yeah, he's a good actor. Urza.
No, all right. I was gonna get into that, but I was talking about the performance of.
You got red card.
Yeah, James is on timeout right now. So. All right, so I will go to his performance. His performance is fantastic. I like the way he does the character better in this than he did in Justice League and some of the other movies to make it a little bit more serious or more silly in other ones. He's a little bit more serious, but he kind of feeds off himself. If you see the movie, you'll know what I mean by when I say that. The movie is fantastic. Even the audience reviews are like 95, 98%. Like Rotten Tomatoes, they're way up here. Critics' reviews are always like wishy-washy. And I have a reason for that too, is what I believe.
I'm hearing good things.
Well,
I saw it. I saw it.
I like it
too.
And you disagree with everything David said?
No, I'll go back. But here's my theory as far as why the movie didn't perform well. There's two things I think. One is it's such like a crazy story that not everybody's that big of a comic book nerd and wants to even understands it. So they're not getting out of their house and going to see the movie. You'll get all the fans and everybody there kind of
open with their stupid brains understand the concept.
No, I can see it being too nerdy. It's too
what is happening to my actors?
I do get it. The other thing is all the controversy with Ezra Miller. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't want to see it because they think he's an asshole or a jerk.
Yeah, that's all they hear about. That's all they hear about.
And then him saying that he was non-binary when he was getting irate and yelling at somebody and that being recorded.
He kidnapped someone.
Yeah, he kidnapped someone. So those two things, you could tell. Like,
but you're like, gosh, darn it, he's like,
I do it if I was Ezra.
But
I do it if I was him.
People who see the movie love it. People who haven't seen the movie don't want to see it. I think because of those two reasons. It's either over their head, or it's because Ezra Miller, like, you know, and you're right, he's just got mixed up in some fucked up shit.
Yeah, they're gonna rehabilitate him though.
But that's.
But I mean,
that's my short review. But I want to hear what your thoughts were, John.
Well, the thing is, like,
wait. First, do you like long-haired Ezra or short-haired?
Michael Shannon's in the movie. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's odd.
Long-haired or short-haired?
Well, the long hair version. The long hair is like when he's younger and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like the short hair is like he's already older and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, the thing is that, like, I'm hearing there's a part 2. There's going to be a part 2, but I'm not sure. Is there going to be like, they're like, because it did pretty good, like, money wise. You know, so it wasn't.
I don't think
it wasn't a flop.
It's not doing terrible, but everybody's saying it didn't live up to their expectations, what they were looking for forward to. I don't think
everyone's gonna see it though once it's out on video. And
they already got
watch
their
it.
money back.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm wondering if they were thinking it was gonna be like the animated series. You know what I mean? Like if it was gonna like follow it, like because they had some of it, but it wasn't completely like the animated series.
No,
you know what I mean? There wasn't like the Batman dad that came out with like guns and shit like that. Or like there wasn't like the girl Joker. You know what I mean? Like the mom.
Well,
the
I
mom
knew they were gonna change it up because
yeah.
What a lot of these superhero movies are doing is they're not trying to be directly a copy of like a cartoon or directly a copy of the comic book. They want to make it its own thing and make it a surprise with certain things. So I do get why they do that.
You get a new demographic too.
The director said he had zero restrictions as far as whatever characters he wanted to use. So that was solely on him. I do wish it would have been Jeffrey Dean Morgan, as that Batman playing the dad. In it would have been pretty cool, but I was not upset with Michael Keaton playing him either.
Yeah, and the thing is, I guess they asked Christian Bale like to do a cameo and stuff like that.
Really?
Wait, John might reveal a big spoiler.
He goes, "Fuck you."
Hold on. Yeah, let's just park it here because it's only just come out. Wait, are we still watching this Dune now? This looks like Dune. It doesn't look like
It's Dune.
Yeah,
I'd say that's a good movie too. Dune 2
scary.
is coming out. Dune 1 was like it's the biggest trailer I've ever seen. I'm like,
that was our trailer sequence. That was our movie review. Brought to you by Dune coming up.
No, but the Flash. I think Ezra Miller is a unique actor. I think everything points to the film being good. I like DC's last 2 films that they made. I think they're long. That's probably my only complaint.
So I didn't think
most people,
long.
Most people think that's not an issue because they like the
I thought this was shorter than some of the other movies.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, go out there today, everyone, right now. If you're listening to this, go watch. If you have seen it, comment below and tell us what you think.
Yeah, comment on the bottom. Tell me if you like the Flash, what you thought about Ezra Miller. Tell me, what did you want to see in part 2? Do you want Ezra Miller to come back in part 2?
I'm up all night.
Or do you want me to come back as the Flash?
Yeah.
If you want David as the Flash, comment below.
I can go over to your house. You can talk.
To admin@warnerbrothers.com. Send it today.
Whoa.
Sorry, we got off topic back there.
What's your prediction on?
You want to jump on the next thing?
Well, I don't want to jump on any.
You want diddle daddle?
You want to get on my butt?
I do think it's important for us to give everyone a quick update on what's going on in the world today. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to take a look at how the stocks performed here on this Monday.
There you go.
Let's see, everyone.
Any moment now.
Any moment now. You know what? For whatever reason, the stock market is showing that we have.
Can you share the screen?
Yes, John. Please put the hat on.
Oh yeah. Can I share my screen?
Giving you advice.
I can share my screen. Sure.
So we know what you're looking at. Yeah.
Hold on.
So just pulling numbers out of your ass.
Well, I'm just gonna go right over to Market Watch here. I guess should I go to Market Watch or where do you guys think I should go?
Wait, I missed the movie minute. Oh man.
John. John, are you ready for Metal Minute right now?
No. That's when the
stocks are down, guys. I don't think we should talk about it. Stocks are down all around. But you know what? Gold's up, oil's up.
It's always good to have a little gold and a
so
little oil.
Looks like
thing of oil.
Looks like materials are up, guys. Materials are up. I don't know what
because of war.
What crypto's saying right now. Probably going up, I imagine.
They're all saying, "Pick me, pick me."
Yep, Bitcoin's up $30,000. It was 27 a couple days ago, so 3,000 went up. If anyone's not getting into stocks, I would or crypto, I would think or Bitcoin, right? I think it would probably be a good time to invest in it because it looks like Japan's doing it, China's doing it. Everyone's
yeah, but we're not giving any stock tips, or we're telling you to go and actually get it, and this is the outcome. This is just
always
our
do your own
opinion.
research.
This
Very
is
true. Good.
Yeah.
This is our opinion. So if what we're doing. You guys just do you do, but this is a stock stuff.
This is not a stock.
We're brand
tip.
new and we're
This
losing
is
money.
only we're an overview.
Disclaimer is what we have going.
We are just this is not a legal conduit for
Don't listen
advice.
to a word I'm saying. But anyways,
But that's
so yeah,
our stock minute.
always
I mean,
important to have. That's your
yeah,
stock
I mean,
minute.
that's our stock minute, guys. And stocks are down. Cobalt. You know what? One last thing I want to say though. Hold on. Toyota. I noticed a new dealership near me. It's not new, but I've noticed it's new to me. And I'm just thinking Toyota's going down. They're getting hurt. And I don't mean they're going down forever. I mean they're getting hurt right now. Because I own a Toyota and my catalytic converter got stolen. And if anyone's out there, they realize Toyota is being targeted. And I just start to wonder if there's something going on why Toyota is being. There was a number one in Japan and one of the top 3, I believe, in the world. And
why is it so easy? Why is it so easy to take off? Like, why are they just
like a couple things you cut under it? Like the way I've been doing it.
Oh wait, hold on. We're gonna bleep that part out, folks. What he meant to say.
No. It's
Come to David's.
The amount of
we do not modify vehicles at all.
Come to David's
we
Cadillac
drive the car
converter shop.
And so like,
I probably have the model you just
the
lost.
amount of theft where I'm at has gone up like 300% year over year. Like it's crazy. They found like a ring of people that were going through and like chopping off.
Yeah.
And I've known people that have had it done. It sounds fucked up. Like when it happens, I've never had it happen, but I guess you just hear it right when you in your car, James.
That the whole thing.
Well, yeah, because the car's supposed to be quiet, right? You hear that, but then when you turn your car on, when it's supposed to be, it's like, and you're like, oh my gosh! It's like, what kind of car am I driving again? And you're like, this is it. And that's when you know something's wrong. Car Talk. Shout out to Car Talk, Boston-based radio car.
And for all you stealing carburetors out there, you'll get your day. You'll get your day. You're coming.
We're watching.
If you're a carburetor, comment below. If you're a comment, tell me how.
I got one of those cages on mine.
Tell me what bolts you use.
I got one of those cages on mine. So like if they try to get it, they have to cut all this weird wire shit that's wrapped all around it. It's all
Make it difficult. That's isn't that it right there, Vince? Though, like even beyond the catalytic converter, like making criminality difficult. If it's an easy crime, that's how I chalk it up. If it's an easy crime, it's an easy thing to do.
Asking me to take it. So
2 minutes, 30 seconds. That's how easy it is. Toyota put it right at the very bottom. To answer your question, David, they put it right at the very bottom, like it's the last thing right there. And you're and it's done.
Yeah, and it's like zip, and take it off, and that's it.
Yep.
Like they're
Some
fast.
cars
like
have
if you've seen videos of them doing it. Like they didn't bring like a jack. It's like 2 dudes. One jacks it up real quick. The other guy's working on it. Brings it down, jacks down, put the things in the back, and that's it. It's like
these guys are scarred pretty hard.
By the way,
Vinny and John,
I don't see the cowboy. I've seen it in video.
John and Vinny, because just both of you guys have better. You know my buddy Charlie out here, right? He's a smaller guy.
Oh yeah.
So he had told me because he was worried about his truck, like leaving it somewhere or he's staying overnight. He's like, oh, I don't like leaving in driveways, And then he was a little buzzed and he's getting really paranoid about his truck. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna crawl on there and just hang out and just try and catch them.
You would do that. Like they're coming from me right now.
He better let someone know that before like someone starts the car and he's like, hold on, I'm not in this here, Like
I think it's been like on like 1,000 Ways to Die or something. Like someone's done that and like I'm gonna be on my car. Like I think they were on the beach though. But yeah, 1,000 Ways to Die. Remember that show? Hey, so what do you think about the alien thing in Vegas now that we know more?
Hold on, pause.
This guy is urinating. And we're back. But yeah, the whole alien thing over there. We heard like the family side now. We've heard the people.
Have you seen that video where like we got better footage of the alien and then they turn the corner and some alien twerking.
Yeah, it's all creepy.
And you're like,
It's real.
That's just real. That shit's real, man.
Yeah, like I said, maybe they don't show themselves because they're travelers from another time.
I like that theory. Like they're coming here to like just like, oh, we could only travel back.
Or it's
but
like,
don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. And fuck
yeah,
it
it's
up.
like a show, you know. It's like, if you can go back in time, it's like, well, you can, just don't fucking touch nothing.
There is a movie about that. It's like an older, like late 70s, early 80s movie. I'll find it.
You know what?
Later.
I just saw a movie like that not too long ago. It's called The Flash. Like he goes back in time.
That's what does it.
The Simpsons episode. The Simpsons episode where Homer sits on the lizard, and then he hits the dragonfly, and he's like, he hits a toaster. Remember the toaster episode?
Remember what he says? Oh, he goes, remember what your dad told you on your wedding night? He's like, and if you ever go back in time, don't like. It's like that. Why would he tell you that on your wedding night?
Damn it! Simpsons so smart. Man yells at cloud.
Oh, I found it. It's a 1977 movie. Millennium.
Let's see it. Slap them titties on the screen.
Let me see if I can find it.
Get some footage. Share us. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think time travel is one of my favorite movie topics and sci-fi topics. I believe if I could have a staunch belief, it's very fun.
I'll watch any time travel movie.
We shouldn't be able to go back in time, though, right? Because we would theoretically have already done it. That's the like the criminal logic of it. Like you can't go back.
Paradox.
You don't tell me.
It's already happened, right, Vince? So once you go back, you've already done it before. So you would almost never need to go back because you already did it. And that's what's so weird. It's like once it starts, it already starts the paradox, and then the vortex begins. But going forward as we are right now, millisecond by millisecond, we could theoretically then jump even further forward. But we can't jump further backwards, but we can theoretically jump further forward. Math says that's kind of true.
Yeah, we read that right there. That's pretty crazy.
Zoom in. I can't see.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
No, so
I think it was the first time hearing about it.
Uncle David actually showed me this movie when I was younger.
In the future, pollution has rendered humans unable to reproduce. Teams are sent into the past to abduct people who are about to die. The plane crashes were part of this plan. The abductees are kept in stasis until they can be sent into the far future to repopulate the Earth. Most of the current population is in poor health, but the time travelers, mostly women, are relatively healthy and are given the best food and care to pass the 20th century. Present day air is too clean for the time travelers to process. They smoke cigarettes to make their own time.
Hey, I'm glad they got cigarettes. I'm glad they got cigarettes on that plane. They're like, oh, we got cigarettes.
It's like 1940s, like.
It's crazy.
How did we get stuck here yet? I didn't even want to take this flight. 1989, huh?
Well, no. It says in the year 1989, but the movie was made in 77.
Oh, crap.
Futuristic. I like that. Sci-fi predictions, right? Hey, I say this: you'll never be a prophet if you don't guess.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Right? It's a gamble. You gotta guess. I see in the future. No, it's a prediction, dude. It's a guess. It's a straight guess. Guesstimate. David, when's the last time you made some guesstimates at work? You've been crunching some numbers?
Oh, I've been crunching a lot of numbers. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. All right, so I'm looking at the last Vegas Alien, Giants, and then Dysons Sphere. So
okay, so the Dysons.
I don't know what the Dysons Sphere is.
Okay, it's a wonderful vacuum. I shout out to Dyson. They're one of our early sponsors. They started with us early on. Dyson.
The suction. Tell us about the suction.
The suction is like none other.
But the Dysons are not.
I never had a Dyson, but I've tried them, and they're nice. They're nice vacuums.
I have one. I think they're fantastic.
I think the person who invented Dyson vacuum also was a physicist, and they invented the Dyson or the concept of a Dyson sphere. And what the idea is that you take a sun. Hold on, John. You take a sun, and then you put all of these like Starlinks on it, right? Like Elon Musk style, and that Starlink system absorbs the power of the star, John. And then you take that and you create your own energy from it. Instead of making nuclear power or fossil fuel, you take it from the sun itself. And that's what like a third level civilization does, or fifth level. I forget what they call it, but like there's like tiers of civilization. We aren't there yet where we're taking our own solar system power. We have little plates on our buildings. Zoom in, I can't see him. He looks like he's charming in. I never made a James I don't like.
You're gonna have a whole segment of just you talking about different Jameses out there. This is my favorite James of the week.
Yeah, is this the one? Just get us to the top part. We just need to hear his. Well, there's his vacuum cleaners. We see that. Okay. But what else? What does his top part say? He's an inventor. He's British. But is this the same Dyson? Yeah, the Dyson Institute. This guy he's very smart.
Yeah, British inventor, industrial designer, farmer, business.
You mean Jimmy Dyson? Jimmy Dyson, yeah.
If you took if an alien species if they have the ability to travel outside of their galaxy or wherever the hell they are, right? They're very far. Andromeda is the closest one. It's far away. It's like what, 2 light years away?
Let me tell you about Jimmy Dyson.
If you're gonna do that, you
need air blowers too.
You need to have really strong air blowers, or you need to have stronger than nuclear power, because we know nuclear power is not strong enough. You need sun power. You need Aztec power. You need the power of the sun. You need Apollo.
Aztec.
You need that power.
You need Aztec.
The sun worshippers. That's what it's about, guys. We should be taking the power from the sun. That's the whole thing. That's what the Dyson Sphere is about. And that's what aliens are probably doing.
You sacrifice your vacuum and I'll sacrifice mine, okay?
What was that, John?
You sacrifice your Dyson vacuum in the pit, I'll sacrifice mine. Aztec power sun.
Yeah.
Forget about Elon Musk and Zuckerberg. It's Dyson versus Dyson, and this one's.
I have a shark. Bedtime. I think we need to kind of wrap this up in a little bit. Let's hit that last bullet point.
Oh, that last bullet.
The last point. The last point for
What's our last bulletin?
That's for John.
Had some words about this.
What?
Music.
Well, I'm going to start off with a metal minute,
like this,
with saying that I apologize. I feel my shout out goes out to Tom Araya from Slayer and his inability to headbang ever again.
Slayer is by far my favorite metal band. I love metal. I mean, maybe not as much as some people here. I'll let the master speak in just a minute, but Slayer has always been my favorite by far. You used to judge my bands all by Slayer. Queens of Stone Age I like a lot. They're like one of my favorite bands too.
They're number 1 right now. Number 2, Foo Fighters. Motorhead. Wow, there's actually a live Motorhead album.
Wow. Well, that's metal. Nothing. Those top 2. I mean, Queens gets tough, but Foo Fighters not metal. Come on, guys.
I'm in California, so I'm allowed to smoke. Don't smoke if you're not supposed to, guys.
Man,
tell me more about metal. Cobalt.
Motorhead comes up twice.
Cobalt is what they're after. That's in your Cadillac converters, and it gets really expensive. And
I don't. Well, that's not the metal we're talking about here. I don't think, Vince. I think what we're talking about here is chart-topping metal.
Oh, the band Cobalt coming live to you. That's a whole different story. Those guys.
I don't even know.
They're not playing like LA at all. Neither is Tool.
I haven't even heard, you heard this album though, right? Like I haven't heard this album yet.
Well, I know that the lead singer of Queens, he got a little bit in trouble similarly, Me Too'd maybe even in that time. Similarly to our good friend Till Lindemann from Rammstein. Who's
can't let that story go,
yet to make an appearance on our show.
You want to talk about Hunter? Yeah. I'm going to talk about Linda. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's going on with that singer from Rammstein? It's
Well,
crazy though, right?
the-
Like he
the
doesn't even
band
want to
is
deal with the band.
distancing. What
He's
I
the
learned
Biden
is
if I ever
this.
did see one.
I've learned a little bit. I've learned a little bit about this. This all came about when they were playing in Germany. So this is an in Germany issue that had been floating around for a while, that there was some like domestic, think about it, because they're from Germany. So it's a domestic thing where, like we hear about bands over here, someone had said Till had these sex parties or certain things going on that were different from the Rammstein official after parties, and it had been talked about, and they launched their international tour. John and I went and saw them. Vince, you saw them also.
It was one of the
And
best
it was
shows I've ever
wonderful.
seen.
Yeah,
During that tour,
great show. It was a great show.
beginning, if not before the tour, the rumors started in Germany, in Munich or Berlin or wherever it is.
Oh, we got lucky.
One of those main cities. I think it was Berlin. It started these percolating rumors of Till is doing some bad thing. And by the time they finished their tour, you know where they finished it? 3 nights in Berlin. And then
Wow.
it started to get over the top. And people were like, this guy's a bad dude. And you know how sensational stuff can get at that point.
He was doing
when
this
you're
to his leg.
You're playing there in the biggest coliseum or stadium or whatever it's called, you know.
Yeah, he's king.
Basically, I mean, they're huge. They're a massive band, especially in Germany.
Yeah, they're a stadium. They're a stadium band.
Giants.
They play for
Giants.
pure stadium. There.
Good.
They're like we turn it back around, full circle. They're like Kandahar Giant. That's who I'm playing.
That's
They're
how big they are.
That's how big they are.
Maybe a group of soldiers wanted to.
We come full circle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. On that note, I guess we'll sign out.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Till next time.
Bye-bye. Bye.